Hi again, I'm Alex, and if you haven't seen my previous stories, I'm a freelance videographer and photographer from the Isle of Wight. Not a huge amount of people understand all the different ways of getting work as a freelancer. That can be anything from sending emails, going to meetings, or applying for jobs on the Freelancer Club. I always find it's a good idea to dedicate a few hours a week finding new business. Even when you're busy, it's always worth applying for jobs and setting up meetings because quiet periods often follow busy ones. As I live on the Isle of Wight, as you can imagine, being a freelancer can be more difficult. Most of my work is off the island, so when a client says, "Can you pop in for a quick meeting?" it's harder than you think. And my travel options are quite limited. I've got to drive to the ferry, got to get a ferry, got to get a bus to the train station, then going to get the train. The list just goes on. But this all costs, so before I've landed the client, I've got to fork out some money to get to the client for them to hopefully hire me. That's why I like finding work through the jobs board on the Freelancer Club, because the majority of the conversation with the client is either through email or the phone, so I don't have to worry about travelling. So with all this travelling on boats and buses and trains, it's quite easy to just relax, when in reality there's not much downtime when freelancing. There's always something to do. However, about 90% of my meetings are unpaid, so most of the time I'm giving vital hours to these clients to make sure that A, I know what the outcome of their project is, and B, I have a good relationship with them, so hopefully they'll come back for more work. This can be quite straining sometimes because you're battling growing the client's relationship with the precious time you need to find new work, complete ongoing jobs, and just everything that comes with being a freelancer. Recently, I've started to charge clients consultancy fees when they've required more of my creative direction. So, for example, if a client's asked me to come in for a meeting to help write scripts or help plan videos, then I feel like it's only necessary to charge a fee because they're asking me to give up my own time, but also they're asking me for my professional guidance and opinions. Obviously, this isn't always possible. It depends on the client and depends on the client's budget. However, don't be afraid to bring it up because at the end of the day, you are giving up your time for hours and hours worth of meetings and planning, so why shouldn't you charge for them? I would recommend your first consultancy fee to be quite low because you don't want to scare off the client, but then obviously in future you can slowly raise it up as you gain more confidence and as you gain more experience. The truth is about freelancing is it takes time to find work. You can't always rely on people to answer as promptly to emails as you do, or answer their phones, or even pay you on time. But that's a whole nother story. Meetings can be daunting, hard to land, and for me, expensive. But ultimately, in the end, it's worth it because developing relationships with clients and landing new jobs is in essence what us as freelancers have to do to make a living. Let me know what you do if a client asks for more and more meetings. Do you charge them a fee or do you say that's included in the original quotation? I'd love to know.